Education Board, representative for the Honorable Commissioner of Police, CSP Muhammad Umar, representative of the Sector Commander, Co-Commander COKK, the State SPMC Chairman, Dr. Awakar Muhammad Dogo Talatu Mapara,
Commissioner, Minister of Education, the Commandant, Civil Defense, and the Commander, Road Safety, and all other invited guests, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. My members and teachers of our great association, I feel highly delighted to welcome you all to this important gathering, which is a flag of a capacity building program designed by National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools in conjunction with Zamfara State Universal Basic Education Board. The program is aimed at equipping our teachers with state-of-the-art operation in our various institutions. Training and retraining, the importance of training and retraining in teaching and learning process cannot be overemphasized. And that is why the association finds it necessary to prepare and design a program for the betterment of our teachers. Thank you and welcome you all. Assalamu alaikum.
To be delivered by the Executive Chairman, Zamfara State Universal Basic Education Board, Alhaji Awakar Ali Damada Marabi.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Zamfara State, Dr. Honorable Bel Muhammad Tola Muradu, ably represented by the Acting Governor, our distinguished Senator, His Excellency Senator Hassan Nasiha, the Honorable Commissioner, represented by His Permanent Secretary, Honorable Special Advisor, representative of the Commissioner of Police, Road Safety, and all other distinguished personalities here, our friends, the proprietors of private schools, freshmen, other distinguished personalities, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mine is just to show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for making this event a success. I'm highly delighted to have this forum, and I wish to particularly thank the Proprietors Association Chairman and his ESCO for coming along with us. We know what you have been doing. We always saw you as complementers to what the government is doing as far as education is concerned. We know without you cannot perform well. So we will thank you very much, and I hope the tempo will continue. So I hope this training that was conducted today will give you more aptitude to give our children the learning they require. So I thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Ladies and gentlemen on the high table, ladies and gentlemen, I want to stand by the standing protocol. Education is such a large and super developed concept. Teaching and learning is the responsibility of all. So the division between private and public schools is simply a blur. Because of the importance I attach to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Like I said, teaching and learning, but that defines education is the responsibility of all. And the division between public and private schools is just a matter of concept and our blood. So I'm extremely happy that His Excellency and the government has found it right to come to keep us together so that we put our heads together and train our teachers on the profession that is most respected. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us all to cooperate in the interest of our own children and grandchildren. And this is a goodwill message. I wish to say this is a very successful meeting, and we hope the future will give us every chance to rub minds on issues like this. And I wish to make two passionate calls on the government. One is to please make education a priority. Make education a priority. It is extremely important because what I have been witnessing as state chairman of SBMC is that the state government doesn't seem to give proper care, especially its appointment of its key office of the Commissioner of Education. I want to appeal that commissioners of education should be people who are conversant and in the area of education, not people who politicize. Secondly, when it comes to the actual education delivery, I want everybody concerned to be taken along. Meeting of this nature, town hall meetings, stakeholders meetings should be encouraged so that we will give the government the feeling of parents, other stakeholders, so that we can take proactive decisions. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this type of training will continue even at a micro level, at school level, at state level, at zonal level.
The executive governor of Zamfara State, Dr. Bello Mohammed Mutawale, ably represented here by his able executive deputy governor, my brother, my mentor, distinguished senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Hassan Mohammed Nasiha, the executive secretary of Universal Education, Zamfara State, the leaders of various private schools that are here, representatives of security agencies that I can have a glance from here, teachers, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, permit me to stand on already established protocol. I say a very good welcome and say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Well, for me this is an impromptu. I have just been informed that the executive deputy governor is on his way to this venue. Though it was mentioned to me that an event is going on here and the ceremony is slated for 11 o'clock in the morning. Knowing the crucial moment we are into, I programmed myself and scheduled to be here by 11. And as God will have it, I was by the gates at 11 o'clock. And only to be told that it has been shifted to afternoon or evening. So I wasn't sure whether really I can make it. given our schedules and what we are going through now. We are almost on the eve of election. Let me glorify Allah for giving me the opportunity to stand here this moment and for making it possible to stand here. I never thought what I have been told is as large as this. I cannot afford to miss a gathering of men and women of this caliber and holding in my mother state, Gusau. And I'm informed that it's a joint airport between the UBEC and private school owners of the state, which I'm very, very, very happy to see that the private school are working closely with the conventional schools we have in the state. In other words, the two components are sharing a symbiotic relationship that will move an important sector of our society, which is education. Let me assure everybody that is here, not only I have served as the Chief of Staff of the #4 office of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and not only I serve as a Speaker of this state for 8 years, but I also happen to be a member of the Presidential Campaign Council of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I was a member of that committee that came up with its manifestos. I want to assure everybody that is here, the social sector that encapsulates education and health is a top priority of Asiwaju's administration, inshallah. And it's only second to security of lives and properties. So I want to assure you and solicit for you, everybody that is here, support that we have an assurance. We have an assurance that Bola Ahmed Tinubu mean well for the good people of Nigeria, and especially for areas that have been devastated by banditry, insecurity, like Zamfara state. It was by only coincidence that I saw myself within the family of Asiwaju as the Chief of Staff. And it is then I studied him very carefully and believing that he is a great leader that means well for this country. So I solicit for everybody's support. While I congratulate the graduates of today's event, and of course the organizers who had this foresight to see that the two components must work together for a fruitful result that will develop our future. I also commend especially the Executive Governor of Zamfara State for making it possible this workshop or empowerment program that has been carried here. While I wish everybody journey message to our various destinations, let me also say that the appeal fund that we are about to launch, Sanusi will be part of the major, inshallah, not only contributors, but supporters to see to the realization of that project you are about to launch. Thank you very much.
As Director, instead of teacher, Your Excellency, the State Executive Governor, Honorable Dr. Bello Muhammad Mutawalli, Badin Kasar Hausa Shetima Dawla Usmania, who is ably being represented here by the able son of the soil, distinguished Right Honorable Senator Hassan Muhammad Nasiha, the Deputy Executive Governor of the state, members of the National Assembly here present, other distinguished personalities, the Executive Governor, sir, permit me to stand on the established protocol. I'm here on behalf of the team of the facilitators who have been facilitating the training, mentoring and coaching of teachers in the state that constitute both the teachers in the private and the public sector. Your Excellency, I would like to say it before all and everyone. When I left the teaching line and get into the administration, I thought I escaped anything to do with 1 + 1, A + B to make things. However, with the coming of administration of Honorable Dr. Bello Muhammad Mutawalli in the state, we have seen hope by the declaration of the state of emergency. There are so many reform agendas, issues that came into education, which we believe there is a hope for us in the near future. Because whoever took to education has taken to the responsibility of the society. The great and success stories of the great nations of the world is the story of the education of their youth. How they struggle to get it and get the right type and functional education. When this administration comes, we are so happy. It has paid the marching ground up to 2022. And then we have different activities going on. Teachers were trained, instructional material were procured. Your Excellency, by the appointment of the Executive Chairman, we have a leader in the basic education that we believe is trying to move things along. Private schools have been taken along with us. The State Ministry of Education, which is the driver of the policy, has become so friendly with all the other parastatals, and there is strong build of synergy among other workers in the education sector. Your Excellency, that is what brought us. Most of those who facilitated the course today are members from State Ministry of Education, different parastatals, Teacher Service Board, SUBEB, and even the Arabic Board. They are the one in the classes teaching all these participants. Today, the National Association of Private School Providers in the state, in collaboration with the State Universal Basic Education Board, is training over 1,522 teachers and proprietors for them to be able to grow. The idea is to create synergy and ensure quality assurance in terms of delivery of the content of the curriculum at the basic and secondary school level. This we've been able to achieve by creating the synergy. When a letter was passed by the private school providers through the House of Assembly, we were queried for not monitoring them. Your Excellency, I want to tell you that the Executive Chairman of the SUBEB has directed that this time we have started actually supervising private schools. We have started with some in the state capital and some in the rest of us. The idea is to see that as complementers of the basic education delivery, the state government is doing very much, and this collaboration will continue, and we will try to see that every child who is resident in Zamfara, in whichever locality he remains, he gets the better and quality type of education that will make him a worthy type in the society, and he will believe in the vision of the state in the future. It is for this reason, sir, I will assure you that everyone here has actually had the feeling that a government that has started a very good things like this is a government worthy of being supported to continue with what it's doing. We believe by the time you give us this support, we believe we are going to achieve what we want. So we want this support and continuation. Your Excellency, we want you to support the National Association of graduate school in building their secretariat, in establishing them, in supporting them in terms of training. In most of the visits we pay to their school, some of them are not participating in the training we are conducting. And the SUBEB chair has approved and agreed that in every training that is to come, that they are going to be included gradually and progressively until all of them are trained. This will be part of the project that the SUBEB chair has done. Your Excellency, if we can support by ensuring that we put all the necessary things in place, we'll be able to monitor their implementation of the curriculum. So we'll make sure that implementation of the curriculum monitoring in the delivery of the content of the material, SUBEB and the state government assist in this direction, and inshallah we'll see progress in the country. Thank you.
Honorable Commissioner, to say just a word or two. Now, first of all, I would like to start by commending the leadership of this very association for feeling a team to organize this very important occasion. I want to be very clear. The era of viewing you, the private sector, and education as rivals has gone forever. You are partners in progress. Even though I have some figure here that is wrong, the total number of universities we have in Nigeria is 170. And out of it, 79 are owned by private hands. Out of the 27,000 secondary schools we have, 17,000 are all privately owned. So the era of viewing you as rivals has gone. You are partners of both. And definitely without you, the education sector would have faced a serious catastrophe. So we thank you so much for that, and we shall continue to partner with you to make sure that we achieve the goals. My Oga has told me to tell you that we are very, very aware of the fact that the private sector of education is one of the very good source of generating jobs for the people, and that is a credit. All of you here will have been jobless without private hands. Is that also? As well, we are not unaware of the fact that the government is generating a lot of revenue from private schools. You are paying a lot, and the government is benefiting from that revenue being generated by the private hands. So they are very important. Now lastly, I want to assure you also that in economics, where there's no competition, there's monopoly. Now your contribution has gone a long way in breaking the monopoly, because you have made us, the public schools, to stand on our toes because of your competition. That one is also very important. So kudos to you all. I hear you. With this, before I hand over the microphone, I would like to also pass this very important message that my Oga has told me to remind you, especially those who have not been very up and doing in paying their dues, to please do so. You are really trying, but we want you to do more. So with this, I thank you so much, and I assure you that, as I have said, we are partners and progress, and we shall continue to do so, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You are my colleagues, so I'm meeting my colleagues. You have to feel free and answer me. My governor is also your colleague, has been a teacher before, so we are meeting our colleagues. So you shouldn't be scared. We are one brothers. Just to feel happy by meeting my colleagues today. My brother, the Chief of Staff to Mr. Speaker, House of Representatives, Alai Sanusi, Galbari Kiji, Mahalek and Bissau, our Commissioner for Education, Alai Nasser Zaremi, who has been heavily represented by my brother, our Executive Chairman, Yubek, Damadamem Maradun, who is always active and proactive to see the progress of education. Our chairman of this our noble association of private school proprietors. The representative of police and road safety, our dear brothers here, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to this professional capacity development workshop for proprietors and head teachers of private schools in Zamfara State. First, I want to express my appreciation to the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools and the State Universal Basic Education Board for organizing this noble workshop. I am pleased to see that you are all here to improve your professional capacity in line with the government education reform agenda. Education is a fundamental pillar of any society, and it is essential for the development of our state. Education empowers individuals and provides them with the necessary skills to contribute to the development of the state. It is therefore imperative that we provide our children with quality education that prepares them for the challenge of the future. Private schools has become an essential part of our education system, and they have complemented government effort in the development of the education sector. I commend the proprietors of private schools for contribution to the education sector. Congratulations. Private schools has helped and increased access to education, especially in the areas where public schools are inadequate. I wish to emphasize the importance of maintaining higher standards in private schools. Private schools are expected to operate in accordance with the laid down regulations. The government will keep monitoring them to ensure that they maintain higher standards and operate in line with the regulations. We will not hesitate to sanction any private school that fails to meet the standard. The objective of this workshop is to improve the professional capacity of proprietors and head teachers of private schools. As proprietors and head teachers, you have a critical role to play in the education of our children. You are expected to be knowledgeable and equipped with the necessary skills to provide quality education to our children. We live in a rapidly changing world, and the education sector is not immune to those changes. We must therefore ensure that our teachers are adequately equipped to provide quality education to our children. The workshop will equip you with the necessary skills and knowledge to improve your teaching method, curriculum development, and assessment strategies. It is also essential to note that both public and private schools are needed for the development of our state. Government alone cannot provide quality education to every child anywhere in the world. This is where private schools come in. Private schools offer an alternative for parents and guardians. We therefore need to work together to provide quality education to our children, irrespective of their socio-economic background. I would like to commend the National Association of Proprietors Private Schools in collaboration with the Universal Basic Education Board for organizing this timely workshop. The initiative is critical to the development of our education sector Yes, it will equip proprietors and head teachers of private schools with necessary skills and knowledge to improve the quality of education in the state. The workshop is a demonstration of the commitment of the organizers of the development of education in the Zamfara state. And I am confident that it will have a positive impact on education sector in the state after the workshop. In conclusion, I also want to take advantage of this workshop to improve your professionalism capacity. I also want to remind you of the need to maintain higher standard in your private school. Let us work together to provide quality education to our children, which is the key to the development of our state. In this regard, I would like to affirm and also to tell you how far the government has worked tirelessly in respect of helping our brothers, that's our colleagues, the teachers on both primary and secondary school in this state. The governor himself has tripled the salary of the teachers from November to now, which is now having, why? Because he said, as he was saying, he was not, he's taken unaware, he's not aware that for the last 25 years, teachers were not being promoted in Zamfara. 25 years, they have been neglected and they have not been taken care of. So His Excellency mandated Ministry of Education in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance to triple the salary of teachers in this state. You know, after Bahashu na cewa wanda ya sanin girman wada, wanda sanin jarirai shi ke ganin girman wada. Being a teacher is deputy a teacher. We felt that we shouldn't neglect teachers. So private school, please don't neglect our teachers, don't neglect our colleagues. Salary also should be good in the private school. We shouldn't allow our teachers to be stayed without good salary. Again, I would like to remind you our premise of providing this association with a very qualitative boss. The boss inshallah is coming after the election. So very soon, as soon as we are going to have our boss, so that this association can be taken very serious. I'm sure we have been traveling up and on, going all along from here to Lagos to other states across the nation. So I want to see that proprietors in Zamfara state were exceptional wherever they go, so that they will be maintained and also be respected. And in this note, I would like to use this opportunity to make this workshop open, and I hope in the deliberation of this workshop we shall remember that it is now 2 days to election.
Opportunity to inform you that we have 761 private schools in Zamfara state and a workforce of about 18,009 teaching and non-teaching staff. Sir, we are next to government in the provision of basic education, basic and secondary education in Zamfara state. We want to use this opportunity, sir, to call on the state government to come to our aids. One, the issue of the policy or the bill for the operation and establishment of private schools that is presently at the House of Assembly waiting for the legislative process. Sir, we want the state government to intervene and hasten the passage of that bill. Where there is no rule, there is no offense. When we get the bill passed and been assented by the state executive government, a lot of challenges being faced will definitely, inshallah, be cleared and taken care of. Secondly, sir, we want to appreciate the state government effort, most especially what we do receive from the Ministry of Education and the Minister and the Universal Basic Education Board under the chairmanship of When we called for this exercise, this workshop, we met them and they spent no time in making sure that this workshop has taken place, and we see it as a successful one. We thank the state government for that. Lastly, sir, I want to call on the state government to intervene in the issue between the association or the proprietors of private schools and Zamfara State Internal Revenue. The pressure we are receiving is beyond what we can take. Sir, we want to intervene. And lastly, our members, the proprietors, we cannot move without the effort of our teachers. Let us put our hands together to make sure that we improve the working condition of our teachers. I want to call on working condition of our teachers, including salary and all enrollments, everything. Thank you very much.
Grant us this chance to hold this important academic gathering. May Allah reward all. A vote of thanks doesn't mean to make a speech. But before I say mine, I have to mention one or two sentences about this benevolence of our governor to us. One, I have to say that there was no any preceding government in this president that has shown a high level of concern to private schools than the present administration. Similarly, there was no youth chairman in this administration, though widely offered to us for the memorandum. So may Allah grant the government success. May Allah grant everybody success for the here and the eternal life in future. Wassalamu alaikum. Allah shi gafarta mana shahi mana. Allah shi ba mu da nasara. Allah shi ba shugabannin mu nasara a kowane mataki. Allah shi ƙara shirya mana su da ƙara arzuta mai ba mu lafiya. Ya Allah increase us in fighting, in health and in wealth. Ya Allah give an unbeatable success or multiple success to this actually movement.